We're at a cafe. It's day 4 in Melbourne.
Hi guys, Josh here, welcome to FramesPerSecond. Today I'm going to be loading up some Revolog Kolor in my point and shoot. It's kind of like an experimental film that's been pre-flashed so that it has this kind of rainbowy colored effect. And each shot will kind of have like a different color to it, so I thought I'd just put it on my point and shoot because it's a little fun camera and I've just been doing random fun things with it. So nothing serious, just a bit of play. And so we're going to go out to Melbourne and do some stuff. And so this is a pre-flashed or pre-exposed roll of Kodak Gold. With Shannon again. And here I caught up with my friend Shannon. We did a photo shoot, so you can go see that video. Go check it out in this link.
Mom always told me laugh. No, can't do that accent.
So one thing I have to say before I really get into this film is that when I got the scans back, the effect wasn't as present.
Josh is getting a shot.
And that's kind of the thing with these kind of weird films. It's kind of tricky to scan because you don't exactly know what the film's kind of going for.
Did he get a shot? That was really fast.
That's what she said.
Because it can be like this with Kodak Gold, or it can be like Fuji C200. That's just been pre-flashed, so it's already going to look different to how the film stock originally is, and that's kind of the point. Me at 6? Yeah.
Shot.
And here's Jasmine's little camera. Put it next to it. When I got the original scans of this film, the effect wasn't as present. And I think that was just the scan. I wasn't sure what it was meant to look like. Well, I originally wasn't happy with these images and the effect, and obviously it's pre-flashed film, and so some of the shots are kind of hazy anyway and not usable. But there are a few shots that did end up working more than they originally worked. When I did take this into Photoshop and make some like exposure and some color balance adjustments, it wasn't like a lot, but as I did tweak it just a bit, it really did become apparent with this film. And a lot of these images didn't end up turning out because they were too fogged or too exposed to whatever it was previously flashed with. But some of the images did turn out kind of nicely, which was a surprise. Now, I would say like probably more than half this roll is kind of garbage. And depending on which roll you get, you don't really know what you're going to get at all. It's very much doesn't have any consistency. And all you know is that there's going to be some weird colors going on it. And depending on what roll you got, depending on how it's pre-flashed or pre-exposed, you don't really know what's going to happen. But then sometimes you get nice stuff like this, which kind of looks like film print, and it's just been left in the sun too long, and sometimes it'll end up looking like that. Jasmine Ellis and I went and had Korean barbecue at this really great place. So this was Chango, which is along Little Latrobe Street, and it was really great and really good value for money as well. Like, we didn't spend like a crazy amount. It was kind of the right balance between cheap Korean barbecue and fancy, expensive Korean barbecue. It was that kind of nice mid-range, and it was just great. Yeah, I love Korean barbecue. I want to have some more. I want to have some right now, but of course we're stuck inside. But yeah, I look forward to going back to this place next time I go to Melbourne because it was fantastic, and I highly recommend Chango. Go check it out. Sponsor us too. And so obviously it's not consistent, you can't really know what to expect, but that's kind of the fun with this film. It's experimental film that you're mostly just supposed to play with. It's kind of that lomography effect. So. And here's me catching up with a friend, and this is where the effect kind of works. You got that red, you got that blue, you got the yellow, you got green, and it kind of just looks like a fun past memory. And here we are. This was Caprica, which is an amazing pizza place, so go check it out. And here the flash is kind of being normal and kind of countering the effect. That was us walking to Gelato. It's not a great film, and the inconsistencies of it doesn't really make me want to try it. I might try the Yodica kind of version of it, which I think is called Pegasus. I might see if they've found a more consistent way. Or if I'm having fun with friends, maybe I might get one more roll if it's not expensive. And just play around once again with my point and shoot. Yeah, the results are very inconsistent, and I was hoping for a few different colors, but this roll seemed to have either it was just really foggy and blue, or it would kind of just be that kind of orangey and greeny and red kind of look. And I was expecting something a bit different, but it wasn't really the case. But there were still some nice stuff that kind of just looked like an old memory that was overheated. I knew what I was kind of getting into. It was an experimental film that obviously was pre-flash, so I knew it wasn't gonna bring amazing images. It'd be inconsistent, and the quality wouldn't really be there. But I'm kind of glad I shot this roll. I like this shot a lot too. There's some really nice shots that I wouldn't mind posting, and then there's other shots which I think are kind of garbage, and honestly I can't use them at all. At the end of the day, this is for the type of people that just want to have fun with it and embrace the unpredictability of it, and that isn't necessarily me. Sometimes that's me when I'm playing with expired films, but sometimes I do want these memories to keep, and sometimes they're not always usable. But I mean, it tells you what you're getting, and so they're not really lying. And then these last 4 shots are from a photo shoot I did with one roll. Unfortunately, the camera had a shutter problem, and these are the only 4 shots that turned out. But yeah, I was expecting more like this kind of green kind of effect. This one didn't really have any, but I was expecting something more like this, but that's not really what I got. Well guys, hope you liked the images. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe, turn those post notifications so you know when there's a new episode. Anyway, I'm Josh, this is FramesPerSecond. Just get out there and shoot some film.